Good morning, students. Today I am going to take Unit 4 Human Resource Management. Unit 4 Human Resource Management, Lesson 11 Employee Selection Process. Lesson 11 Employee Selection Process. So, in the Unit 4 Human Resource Management, is a lesson number 9 is a Human Resource Fundamentals of Human Resource. What is mean by human resource? So human resource is on employee. Human resource is on employee who are inevitable for the survival or success of the business is a human resource. What is mean by human resource management? So human resource management in short it is called HRM. HRM means the branch of management that deals with managing a human resource is a human resource management. Managing a human resource is a human resource management. And what is the next in this unit? What is the next chapter is recruitment method. What is it mean by recruitment? Recruitment means is finding the suitable candidates. For finding the suitable candidates for the various position in the organizations is a recruitment method. Now see what is mean by selection. Selection. Next topic is employee selection process. So what is mean by selection? So selection it is the process. Selection is the process of choosing or selecting. Selection is the process of choosing or selecting the most suitable candidates for the various position in the organizations. Selecting or choosing the most suitable candidates for the various position in the organization is the selections. What is meant by selections means it is a process. It is a process to selecting the or to choosing the most suitable candidates for the various position in the organization is a selection, is called a selections. Okay, so what is the main aim of the selections? What is the main aim of the selections? So the main aim of selection is selecting a suitable candidates, selecting a suitable candidates for a specific job, selecting a suitable candidates, that is a right man for right job. Right man for right job. Right man for right job. What is the main aim of the selection? Main aim of selection is selecting a right man for right job is the main aim of the selections. Okay, what is the steps in selection process? Employee selections process. And before that, what is the definition of selections? So according to Dale Yoder defines, whose definitions? According to Dale Yoder defines, so selection is the process. Selection is the one of the process in which the candidates for employment that who has to be applied for the job, that candidates for the employments. Candidates for employments are divided into two classes. That candidates are divided into two classes. So one is for these offered, those who are to be offered employment and those who are not. That means those who are selected or not. So that is called here selections. What is the definition? Selection definitions. Whose definitions? According to Dale Yoder. According to Dale Yoder defines, selection is the process. Selection is the process in which the candidates for employment are divided into two classes. Employment are divided into two classes. So those who are to be offered employment, those who are to be offered employment and those who are not, those who selected are not. It's a selections definitions. And you have what are the steps? What are the steps in employee selection process? Steps in employee selection process. So, what is the first step? So, steps in employee selection process. So, first step is application blank, application blank. Scrutinizing the application, scrutinizing the application, scrutinizing the application. And the third step is selection test. Third step, selection test. Fourth step, interview. Fourth step, interview. Fifth one, physical examinations. Physical test or physical examination. Physical examinations are medical test. Physical examinations are medical test. And then reference check. Reference check. Next one is it's a contract of higher approval by higher authority. Approval by higher authority. Approval by higher authority. And final selection. Contract for employment. Contract of employment. Contract of employment. These are all the steps in employee selection process. What are the steps in employee selection process? So first step is application blank. Application blank. And then scrutinizing the application. Scrutinizing means check the applications. Selection test. Third step is selection test. Interview. Physical examinations or medical examinations. Sixth step is reference check. Approval by, next one is approval by higher authorities. Final selections. And the last step is contract of employments. So these are all the steps followed in the steps in employee selection process. But the steps in employment selections process are varies from one organization to another organizations. It depends upon the size of the organizations. So all the organizations are not compulsory follow this steps in selection, employee selections process. So it depends upon the size of the organizations. Okay, I will explain one by one. So what is the first step? So first step is applications blank. So applications blank means, so most of the public sector enterprises, recruitment board, selections committee or private sector undertakings either supply the pre-printed applications, or the direct candidates to download the applications form uploaded in their respective websites. So download the applications and uploaded in their respective websites is the applications blank. So pre-printed applications. What is this? Application blank means so pre-printed applications. And then next, the selector committee. The selector committee can collect all the different types of informations from the candidates. All the type of informations from the applications blank, such as educational qualifications, family background, age, extracurricular activities, what is the expected salary of the candidates, and so on. So that is the applications blank. Applications blank means is the most of the organizations either supply pre-printed applications form or they download or direct candidates to download the form and uploaded in their respective websites. And then next, scrutinizing the applications. Scrutinizing means check the applications. So after receiving the applications, the selection committee, the selector has to evolve. The selectors has to evolve some criteria, namely some criteria like what is the higher qualifications and expected salaries and age of the applicants. So they have to evolve to etc. They to shortlist the to shortlist the number of candidates for the interview. To shortlist the number of candidates for the interview. This is one of the great challenge of the or every organizations, because for one post the organizations are receiving many application forms. So the selector has to evolve. The selector has to evolve some criteria, and they have to check the applications form. They have to be selected for the candidates, selected for the applications. And then what is the next step is here selection test. There are several tests conducted in the selection process. There are several tests conducted in the selection process. So what are the types of tests? What are the types of selection test? Selection test. You have here two types of selection test. How many types of selection test? Two types of selection test. One is here ability test. Ability test. Another one is a personality test. Personality test. So what are the types of ability test? So ability test is, number one is aptitude test, and then next one is it's an intelligent achievement test, intelligent test, judgment test. What are the types of ability test? Aptitude test, achievement test, intelligent test, and judgment test. Now, what are the types of personality test? The personality test comprises is a interest, personality, projective, attitude. So these are all the types of personality tests. So there are several tests are conducted in the selection process. What are the several tests? The test has to be divided into two types. So first type is here ability test. Another type is here personality test. So what are the kinds of ability test? Aptitude test, achievement test, intelligent test, judgment test. And what are the kinds of personality tests is interest, personality, projective, and aptitude test. So I will explain one by one. So what is meant by what is meant by ability test? So what are the kinds of selection test? You have here two kinds of selection test. One is here ability test, another one is here personality test. So what is meant by ability test? So ability test means is measure the candidates cognitive functions in a particular field. So what are the cognitive functions in a particular field, such as what is a skill, problem solving, and what is a knowledge in the particular area, and then intelligence of the particular candidates. So they have to be measured for this kind of test. So what are the kinds of ability test? So ability test is aptitude test, achievement test, intelligent test, and judgment test. What are the types of personality? Next one is a personality test. So what are the kinds of personality test is interest, personality, projective, and attitudes. So what is the first one? So first one is a aptitude test. So aptitude test. Aptitude test means it has to be measured the skill required of the persons to perform in the organizations. What is the skill? What are the skill required? So this type of test has to be measured. What is the kinds of aptitude test? What are the kinds of aptitude test? So number one is numerical reasoning test. What is the first one is numerical reasoning test. So this test or measures the to make a correct decisions from the data. How the candidates or take the correct decisions in the organizations. So they have been measured for this kind of test. And the next one is verbal reasoning test. Verbal reasoning test has to measure the comprehend the written test. How to understand the candidates. And next, inductive reasoning test. Inductive reasoning test measure the problem solving capacity of the candidates. How the candidates have solved the problems. And then mechanical reasoning test. This test is conducted for the mechanical engineering students. So how the mechanical engineering students to apply the engineering concept in actual practices. Because so many engineering concepts they learn. So to apply the engineering concept in actual practices. And then diagrammatic reasoning test. This test to understand what is the shapes abstract idea. Understand the shape and abstract idea in the organizations and how they are to be observed. And the next one is spatial reasoning test. It's a clearly manipulated and remembering the shapes and the skills. So what is the remembers capacity of the candidates. And the next one is vocabulary test. Vocabulary test means is it, to measure for the fluency in English. How the candidates are fluency in English. And the number of sequence test is find out a logic series. How find out the logic series? They have been test number sequence test. And the next one is so mental arithmetic test. The candidates has to be measured like addition, subtractions, multiplications, and divisions. So these are all the kinds of selection test. What are the kinds of selection tests? Numerical reasoning test, verbal reasoning test, inductive reasoning test, mechanical reasoning test, diagrammatic reasoning test, spatial and vocabulary test, number of sequence test, and next one is mental arithmetic test. These are all the kinds of selection tests. So kinds of aptitude test. What are the kinds of aptitude test? Why this aptitude test means is to measure the skill performed candidates, skill performed of the candidates. Measure the skill performed. So to measure the candidates skill performed in the organizations, skill required in the organizations. So these are all the kinds of aptitude test. And then what is the next one is achievement test. So achievement test measure a candidate's capacity. Measure a candidate's what is the next test is a achievement test. So achievement test helps to measure a candidate's capacity to achieve in the capacity to achieve a particular field. Capacity to achieve a particular field. Why this second types of test is achievement test. So achievement test is a measure a candidate's capacity to achieve in the particular field. So for examples, the teachers may be asked to give demonstrations. Teachers may be asked to give demonstrations. They can't be selected. And drivers may be asked to drive the vehicles. So musical students may be asked to instruments, some musical instruments, and asked to music some musical instruments. So these are all the achievement tests. Achievement test means measure a candidate's capacity to achieve in the particular field. And then what is the next one is called intelligent test. The candidates has to be measures a candidate's variety of mental abilities, and what is the individual capacity of the candidates. So variety of mental ability and individual capacity of the candidates. This what is the IQ formula? IQ formula is so mental age divided by current age into 100. What is the IQ formula? So IQ formula is mental age divided by current age into 100. Current age or present age or chronological age of into hundreds. And then what is the IQ formula is mental age divided by current age into 100. What is by mental age means to find the mental abilities, to find the intelligence of the candidates. So current age means what is the present age of the candidates. So what is the normal average IQ level? Average IQ level is about 89 to 115. Average IQ level is now 89 to 115, 85 to 115. And what is the below? Dull students IQ level is below 70. Dull students IQ level is below 70. So what is the gifted children IQ level is above 130. Gifted children, they have the extra intelligence power. That kind of students IQ power is above 130. So this is a intelligent test. This is a second test. The third one is intelligent test. Achievement test is measure a candidate's capacity to achieve in the particular field. What is meant by intelligent test means is a capacity to measure the candidates to variety of mental abilities, variety of mental abilities and individual capacity of the individuals. So what is the IQ formula is mental age divided by current age into 100. And then what is the next one is called a judgment test. Last one is judgment test. So judgment test means is a candidates to measure a presence of mind in the organization. So what is the presence of mind of the candidates? So they cannot be measured. This kind of test, judgment test, has to help to find out the presence of mind of the candidates. So these are all the kinds of ability test. What are the kinds of ability test? Aptitude test. Aptitude test, you have here different types of test. And the next one is a achievement test. Another one is intelligent test. And the next one is judgment test. So in the intelligent test, modern intelligent test was first introduced in the year 1904. First introduced in the year 1904. It's introduced by Simon. And then next one is a judgment test. So judgment test means to measure a candidate's presence of mind. Measure a candidate's presence of mind. So what are the personality tests? So personality tests are interest, personality, projective and attitudes. Okay students, that's all. Thank you students.